I'm Jane Roberts, co-founder of 34 Million Friends of the United Nations Population Fund. You know, people, there never has been a human being who has not come out of the womb of a woman. And when you have a healthy woman, you generally have a healthy baby and a healthy society. When the world takes care of women, women take care of the world, and the United Nations Population Fund takes care of the world's women. I want to talk to you about the Millennium Development Goals, and particularly Millennium Development Goal number 5, MDG 5, which is improve maternal health. And one aspect of Millennium Development Goal 5, Target 2, states, an unmet need for family planning undermines the achievement of several other goals. It undermines the achievement of all the goals. Family planning is such a gift. You know, everyone watching this video has used family planning or will use family planning, will use contraceptives sometime in their lives. And it empowers individuals to make choices for their lives. You know, there is a worldwide shortage of family planning commodities. Population Action International has put out a very fine 80-second video called empty-handed.org. Several women tell stories of seeking but not being able to access family planning, which has been established by the United Nations as a human right. They say things like, they told me to come back after 2 weeks. I went 3 times to the clinic but came back empty-handed. The pills were out of stock. You know, UNFPA has on their homepage, they have a little section called Essential Supplies. Look at this. You know, it's complicated to get supplies to every place in the world. But I honestly think, and this is my little joke, that if men could become pregnant, there would not be a shortage of family planning commodities. I have always believed that things happen at the grassroots. I've always believed that there are 34 million people who would take a stand for the women of the world with 34 million friends. My vision for this, and I say this in my book, that I hoped that 34 million friends would become the basis of a worldwide grassroots movement for the women and girls of the world. And now I want to talk about something else. You know, for several years, 34 Million Friends has been allied with the United Nations Association, UNA, which has grassroots chapters all over the country supporting the activities of the UN. And, you know, I'm very happy to say that UNA has now allied itself with the United Nations Foundation. This is going to be a very powerful grassroots movement. UNA is involved in global classrooms, informing young Americans about the world at large. They do the Model UN, about which many of you have heard. UN Foundation with their Nothing But Nets program, supporting the buying of anti-malarial nets all over the world, and then their very wonderful Girl Up campaign. Everyone is saying throughout the whole world that girls and women are the key to a better future for people, the planet, and peace. And UNA and UNF now combined are really at the core of all these issues. You know, President Obama said a wonderful thing the other day in Tucson, Arizona. He used this phrase, which I wrote down right away, we must widen the circle of our concern. That to me is the crux of 34 Million Friends. It's asking people all over the world, particularly Americans, but everyone, to take a stand for the women of the world, thereby widening the circle of their concern. I wrote a poem about 34 Million Friends. It comes from the heart. I will close with this poem. The woman on the donkey cart, I met her in Mali as a guest of UNFPA. We are 34 million friends. We are 34 million friends. We are 34 million friends of the women of the world. We are reaching out to the world. We are going to have our say. We are reaching out to the world through the UNFPA. Every baby welcome now, loved and fed and vaccinated. Mothers, children learning now, reading, writing, educated. Every child a heartfelt joy, every child a book and toy, every child with wings unfurled, whether it be boy or girl. No more death while giving birth because a midwife's taking care. No more mothers in the earth because a midwife's helping there. To AIDS and violence we say no. To family planning we say yes. Human rights are the way to go. Surely we can do no less. Woman lying on a donkey cart, dirt road, heat wave, and in labor. Doctor put her in his truck. Luck that day was in her favor. And all of us who have so much, $1 we can share to show the women of the world that we, the people, care. We are 34 million friends, and we are going to have our say. We are reaching out to the world through the UNFPA. Thank you so much, and do spread the word.